Hi, my name is Stan Oda. I'm the product manager for the ShockLine family of VNAs, and today I'd like to take you through an overview of a usability tool we have in our software called easyTest. easyTest is a graphical work instruction software tool that actually allows an expert user to create a work instruction for operators. It was originally a tool put onto our handheld line of instrumentation, and we ported it over to the ShockLine benchtop VNA series to add usability to our software. So here you can see the launching of the creation tool and the supported ShockLine family VNAs here, the A series as well as the B series VNAs. So let's go ahead and take a look at how you would create a easyTest script file. So here you can see that it's a drag and drop operation that actually takes and puts different command selections into the sequence. You can display images, you can recall different setups, you can prompt the user to do certain things, connect devices, different cal steps along the way, save files, save data, as well as run Skippy. And this last step here, run Skippy, is a new functionality to easyTest, which allows users for ShockLine to control anything that is available in the GUI because we have Skippy commands supporting all of those functions. So let's take a look at a script file that I already have written. We'll select this, and you can see that it can grow to be up to 100 steps, so it can be quite complex. Here I've inserted some graphics showing the user what's going on, running a couple Skippy commands to get the ID string, etc. And let's take a look at how this operates on the software itself. So in the ShockLine software, we have an easyTest function which executes the file that we've written over here. So you can see the graphic here matches the graphic over here. Let's move this over to the other screen, pin it in place so that it doesn't move, and we can go through the different steps in this sequence. Here we're just highlighting the fact that we're running on a 4-port MS46524B 43.5 gigahertz VNA using the ShockLine family software, which is shared across all the different ShockLine VNAs, from our 1-port 121 all the way up to the 4-port. Graphical work instruction using easyTest has the ability, as I mentioned, to do different steps: display image, recall setup, prompt the user, save data, or run Skippy instructions. It's useful for tutorials, demos, work instructions. It allows expert users to share their knowledge easily by doing a graphical instruction that can be easily sent to other users. So here we have our first Skippy instruction. We're pulling an ID string which identifies the VNA as a 524B. And we're resetting the instrument here. And then we'll go ahead and show a graphic of what we're trying to do during this demo. We are testing a 3-port diplexer, 39 gigahertz. We're going to do some S parameter measurements, use marker searches, add a couple limits, and store some memory traces. So here we're recalling a setup that I have stored on the VNA. Setting up the graphics on the screen so that we have 3 traces, S11, S21, S31 on the same display. We also have the ability to make it brighter, so we've thickened up the traces here, increased the font size, make it a little bit easier to see for the user. Here we've added markers, and we can reposition the data such that it's easier to see. We've added bandwidth search so that the 2 markers show the channel bandwidth of each side of the diplexer. Here we've added limits to the passband on each channel, and you can see that it's color-coded. This is a function that we've added to the software so that For users that are doing multiple waveforms on the same display, they can see which limits belong to which trace. Here we've gone to an S21 display, and what we're going to do here is store multiple memory traces with multiple different IF settings. So you can see we're at 50 kilohertz here, and as we go forward, we'll go to 100 kilohertz, 300 kilohertz, 500 kilohertz, and display them all at the same time, creating a waterfall display of the different noise floors corresponding to the different IF settings. One unique thing about the ShockLine software, in addition to running it off of this script file, you have the ability to interact with the GUI as well. So we can go in and look at the display and see in our memory configuration menu that we've stored the 5 IF captures into the first 5 memory spaces of the 20 that are available. You can go through the rest of this, interact with the GUI, and go back through and run the rest of this easyTest script, which then finishes out and quits out. One last thing, if you don't want the user to have interaction capability with the GUI, we do have the ability to remotely turn off the GUI. So if we go ahead and run that easyTest script real quick, I have the ability to turn off the GUI, and we'll just show that here. We'll run a Skippy command which turns off the GUI, and so the user no longer has the ability to bring up the GUI, and you can run the rest of the commands through easyTest and have no interaction from the user. We can turn it back on remotely as well. Well, that's a short overview of the easyTest graphical scripting tool on ShockLine. We've gone through how to create and run a graphical step-by-step procedure, taking the user through a complex VNA measurement. For more information, please see the Anritsu website. Thanks for listening.